Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are tackling the problem called Find the Prefix Common Array of two arrays. Before we jump in, if any part of this explanation gets confusing, just drop a question in the comments and I will personally reply to help you out. Here is the problem page, but it is a little bit wordy, so let me break it down for you visually step by step. We are given two lists of numbers, let's just call them list A and list B, and they are both the exact same length. A super important rule here is that both lists are permutations, which just means if the list is length 4, it contains the numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4, exactly one time each. Now, what do they mean by a prefix? It simply means looking at a slice of the list from the very beginning up to wherever we currently are. When they say common, we just need to count how many numbers exist in both of those prefix slices we just made. So our ultimate goal is to build a brand new list, where every spot holds the count of how many common numbers we found up to that exact position. Let's actually walk through an example to see how this builds up in real time. Starting at the very first spot, list A has a 1, list B has a 3, so they share 0 numbers in common so far. Moving one step forward, our slices now include both 1 and 3 in list A, and 3 and 1 in list B, meaning we now have 2 numbers in common. Taking another step, both lists introduce the number 2, bumping our total common count up to 3. And at the very end, since they are permutations, both slices contain all 4 numbers, giving us our final count of 4. As always, we will trace the logic using Python, but I'll have the code for Java, C++, and JavaScript waiting for you at the end of the video. So the very first idea that usually comes to mind is the brute force approach. With brute force, for every single step forward, we just manually loop back and compare every item in the first slice against every item in the second slice. Here is what that looks like in code, using 3 nested loops. Because we have loops inside of loops inside of loops, the time complexity is order n cubed, which is definitely doing too much extra work. We can actually speed this up a lot by using hash sets instead of nested loops. By keeping 2 running sets of the items we've seen so far, we can check for matches instantly, instead of searching from the beginning every time. This code is much cleaner, adding current items to our sets, and then counting how many items from set A exist in set B. This drops our time down to order n squared, but surprisingly, we can do even better and solve this in just one single pass. This brings us to the third and most optimal approach, using a single frequency array. The big trick here relies on that rule from the start. Every number appears exactly once in the first list, and exactly once in the second list. Because of that rule, if we count how many times we've seen a specific number overall, the moment that count hits exactly 2, we know for a fact we found a match. Here is the full code for this single pass method. Code can be hard to visualize just by staring at it, so let's break this down line by line. First, we set up our answer list, a tally counter called frequency to track occurrences, and a running total for our matches. Then we start walking through the lists, step by step from the beginning. We look at the number in list A, add 1 to its tally, and check, did that tally just hit 2? If yes, we found a match and increase our count. We do the exact same thing for the number in list B, increase its tally, and if it hits 2, bump up our match counter. Finally, we just record whatever our current match total is into our answer list for this position. Because we only go through the lists one single time, our time complexity is perfectly optimized at order n. Our space complexity is also order n, because we created that tally array to keep track of the numbers. We should always think about edge cases, like what if the lists only have one single number? Our loop just runs once, finds the match immediately, and works perfectly. Or what if both lists are exactly identical from the start? The logic still holds up, adding 2 to the tally simultaneously on every step. The biggest takeaway from this problem is that whenever a problem mentions permutations, it's a massive hint that frequencies are strictly limited. Also, using a running counter to track state changes as we go is usually the key to turning a slow nested loop into a lightning-fast single pass. Just real quick, you've probably noticed this channel sounds like AI, and the format is super rapid fire. I actually built this system for myself to generate instant, visual explanations the second a problem drops so I can study faster, and I upload them here in case they help you too. I recently changed to this faster format with less text per slide, so please let me know down in the comments if you prefer this style. Also, I keep these videos completely free of ads and sponsorships, so there are no distractions. If you want to grab the exact code I just showed without pausing and typing it out, you can get it at leetcodeunlocked.com via the link in the description. As promised, here is the full optimal solution written in Java. Next up, here is the exact same logic written in C++. And finally, here is the solution written out in JavaScript. If you found this helpful, please like and subscribe. If you want to support me creating a guide for every problem on the platform, you can donate at buymeaboba.com/leetcode daily. Catch you in the next one.